Okay, so here it is. This is the best YouTube lead generation system for realtors, and I'm going to make this video with as much detail as I possibly can just to run you through basically the step-by-step of every single phase that we have to make in order to generate a system that not only brings you leads, but actually allows you to close deals every single month as a realtor. But before we dive into the system, I want to show you why YouTube and not other source of online ads. And it's basically because of the statistics. Over 70% of home buyers use video to tour homes online, and you can do this with YouTube ads. And the other benefit is that you have a wider reach, you have personal branding also including into the ads, and evergreen content. So with that being covered and we understand why it's important to do YouTube ads, now I'm gonna run you through basically step by step how you can start implementing this strategy today into your business and start to see that you not only can generate leads, but you create a system that actually allows you to book appointments on autopilot for yourself. So let's dive into the step by step. And the first step is identifying your ideal customer profile. So what I mean by identifying your ideal customer profile, it's understanding who is the person you're targeting, the specific fears that the person is facing, the specific struggles, the specific dream outcomes they have. And with that in mind, you have to craft a specific message for them, an offer and a product so you can serve them in a better way. So a really common mistake I see realtors do, especially in their early stages, is that they don't niche down to their specific client that they are trying to work because they don't have a specific client they want to work. They just work with everybody, and it's not the same. And I believe this is a problem because you have two scenarios. You have the first scenario, which is a realtor that is just working with everybody that is willing to buy or sell a home. And then you have the other scenario where you have a realtor that, for example, specialize with first-time home buyer that speaks Spanish. If I'm a first-time home buyer that speaks Spanish, I will of course go with a realtor that is talking to my specific desires and pain points because I just resonate more with that audience. So if you're basically just targeting to everybody, you are talking to anybody. So for example, I can give you some ideas of niches that you can start to work. It can be something you really enjoy doing. There's people that really enjoy working with first-time home families, so they just make this their niche. Or maybe there's people that I have a client that likes to work with ex-military families that are trying to search a home. So it's basically whatever you like, but try to niche down and try to understand the specific struggles that your ideal customer has, basically. So also with this, you're basically, if you're a realtor, you are more likely to serve buyers or sellers, right? So for in the buyer side, there are really strong ways you can create campaigns tailored to people looking to relocate to a specific city or neighborhood. And into the seller side, there's people that are looking to downsize. So when you understand their struggles, you can target your audience in a better way. So for example, in the YouTube ad segmentation, you can put people that want to downsize or people that are literally relocating. So you can, the better you understand your client, the better you can start to segmentate and target these different campaigns for your customers. So the second step of this process is actually understanding the lead magnet strategy. So if you are not familiar with this term, lead magnet, it's basically something super valuable that you give for free to your leads to attract them and also position yourself as the expert and also someone that is just providing value to them. So you are not just salesly trying to sell something, you're actually providing value before you sell them, basically. So I'm going to explain you some lead magnet strategies in both sides. So for example, we're going to start with the seller campaigns with some ideas of lead magnets that you can give them. And for this, as I told you before, you got to understand the desires and fears they have. So for example, the desires they have is they want to sell their home with the highest price in the shortest time possible. And some fears sellers have are the fear of underpricing and leaving money on the table, don't know what renovations to do, overwhelmed by time, cost, and what sells today, fear of the home sitting too long, they want to sell fast but still a top dollar. So basically, to make a lead magnet, to make a super valuable lead magnet, you're going to pick one of these problems or pick one of these dream outcomes, and you're going to craft a super valuable free guide or free ebook or free checklist or whatever you have to craft to solve this specific problem. So the more problem you solve for them and the more you just stack value into the guide you're making, the best you will serve them because they will see that you are an expert in that field, and they are more likely to trigger this reciprocity process where you give them so much value that the only thing that it's left to do is to start working with you, right? So these are more ideas of some lead magnets you can implement into the seller strategy of making lead magnets. And for example, as you can see, you can make a free instant home value report plus a 2025 or 2026 or the years beyond price forecast of your zip code. You can do pre-listing checklist. You can do a how to sell and buy it at the same time without losing your mind. So as you can see, you are really targeting to a specific problem. So for example, if I am a young woman that it's just overwhelmed because I don't know how to sell and buy at the same time without losing my mind. If I just see a lead magnet promising, how, like, I will understand how to actually sell and buy at the same time without losing my mind. So I want to receive this valuable information, and this is something you craft for free for your leads, so you can position yourself as the expert. So for example, this is a super valuable free ebook we did for a client that is getting incredible results, that is how to sell your house faster and for more money. So here you can put your name by Realtor, local expert in your city. So instead of just showing you a cover of an ebook, I will actually show you what's the actual ebook. And I don't know if someone is like showing in so much detail, step by step, all the process and even the free guides and the free ebooks. So if you like this type of value, you can subscribe to the channel or just share kind of a little bit of love to this video. So basically, I'm just gonna run you through really quick what's the ebook. And it's really important to also understand copywriting, because if you just stack a lot of words in it and it's like really complicated words, people won't take the time to read it even though it's free, because it's always something associated to that. It's a cost associated to that. So if it's not money, it's your time. So if they don't find easy enough and valuable enough to read it, they just won't, and you won't complete the objective that was giving value to your prospects, so then they can show you reciprocity and going back to you so you can sell them whatever you sell them. So basically, you gotta understand also the principles of marketing, which is copywriting too. So making as clear and concise and simple as possible the words you're using to spread the message you want to spread. So as you can see, this is super easy, and there's also a recommendation that every piece of copywriting you make, you should make it with third level grade of reading, because everybody can read this, right? And this is really also really helpful and easy to read. So as you can see, just some copywriting into how to do it properly. Basically, this is not only overwhelming, there are not complicated words, just a lot of value on it. And at the end, you gotta have a call to action. So for example, final thoughts: can you do this alone? Sure. Should you? Of course not. So if you want to avoid like all these headaches, you have my information below, so you already position yourself as the expert because you've given them like so much value. For example, this: what buyers in Reading actually notice and what they don't. So let's get real, not everything in your home matters to buyers. This is what matters, this is what don't. This is the psychology of pricing. This is the listing things, the showing schedule. So you're giving like a lot of value here. Here's the proven schedule in the city I'm working with this realtor. Lunch on Thursday, Friday 2 events showing, Saturday open house, Sunday private showing only, Monday review offers. So there's like a lot of value stuck here. Also offers, growth, legal landmines. So a lot of things. And now you want to work with me. I've shown you that I am an expert in these things. So you have my information below, the picture of yourself, your name, your phone number, your email, and the city and state you serve. So basically, that's one of the examples of a lead magnet. So you can also do these in the buyer side, so you understand the typical desires they have: find a dream home, to buy with confidence, the fears they have, the affordability or down payment, the credit score confusion, no knowing where to start, if they are pre-approved or not. So you just pick one problem or one dream outcome, you make a lead magnet with that. And these are some ideas of lead magnets that also has worked before, so with clients. So for example, monthly list of homes under X amount of money in city. So you can read it by yourself, because otherwise it will be so long, this video, like 30 minutes. So you can read it just really quick of what's actually the lead magnet about and how you can start to implement these things. Now let's move on into the third step, that is the ad scripting system, because it's okay if you have a great system in the back end, but you also have to show yourself that you're an expert communicating your message. So you gotta have in place a good system to script the ads that you're gonna make. So for this, we have a system of 5 hooks times 5 bodies equals to 25 video ideas. So what this basically means is that you're gonna do 5 validated hooks, or you're gonna write down 5 hooks that, or you already know they work. You're gonna make 5 validated bodies, so basically the information, the meat of the whole message into the body. So it's gonna basically look like this. So you're gonna make 5 hooks, 5 bodies, and then you're gonna combine all these 5. So you're gonna generate 25 videos to find the winner ad. So basically, you creating 25 videos, just splitting, like for example, one validated hook you made over here with another body you made here, you're gonna make a video. So with 25 videos, you're gonna have the ads for all the month, all the year, for a lot of campaigns you're gonna run through, and you're also, most importantly, you're gonna find the winner ad. So the structure of this, and what is the hook, what is the body. So the hook, it's basically the most important part, and are the first 15 to 20 seconds that you can catch the attention of the lead. And the body, it's where you explain the value, you introduce yourself, and you give a clear call to action. So it's basically the meat of the message. So now, to not make this too long, I'm gonna show you the 4th step, that it's making the landing page. So if you are offering something in the 2nd step, that is the lead magnet, you're gonna be congruent with the video page experience. So for example, if you promise this thing in the lead magnet thing, your landing page has to be congruent, and you have to show this same thing, because there's a conversion issue when they just jump into a landing page, which is another page they got redirected by the ad, and they don't see what they were promised. So you gotta put the thing you are promising to the audience. For the 5th step, we have the qualification filter, which is basically adding some friction so you can have the best quality individuals and not just a lot of volume, as, I don't know, with Facebook ads. If you don't put like a lot of qualification questions, if you don't add friction, basically you will just receive a lot of crappy leads. To add some friction, you gotta add questions. So for example, you can ask the timeline, when are they planning to buy or sell the home, if they already have an agent. So also price expectation is a really big one. Motivations, why do you want to buy your home? Why do you want to downsize? Why do you want to sell? These specific questions that just allows you to have better quality individuals. In the 6th step, we have the calendar booking, which is basically once they already gone through all these steps to the qualification filter, that is one of the most important steps, is that after that, you're gonna book directly with individuals that are just high quality. So you will have directly into your calendar high quality appointments and not just leads. And how are you going to make this? After giving them in the landing page the lead magnet, you're gonna make them schedule a call with you after this page. And also you have the CTA, the call to action, in the guide, so they can call you, and especially they can contact you. So what will you have after doing all these steps? The results you have to expect from this system is that you're gonna have individuals that trust you, you're gonna have qualified appointments, and basically you're gonna be able to close more deals and contracts. So higher quality leads, see your face, voice, personality, they already trust you, because it's not the same just watching a random picture than actually watching a whole video, actually look in the face, knowing the voice and the personality of the realtor you're gonna work. You can also run the consultation, so the free 15-minute strategy call, you pitch them, you can, with that 15-minute call, qualify them, talk with them, I'm ready to buy a home in the next 3 months, I'm ready to sell my home in the next month, I need to do as soon as possible. So you can sign contracts and you can close more deals, basically, with the whole system in place. So to recap, you run the ad. The 2nd step is you send them to a congruent landing page. And this is really important because the video and the page must match the tone and message you're crafting. And also, if you're promising them to give them a lead magnet about a free guide of how to sell their home in 14 days, for example, they gotta see the free guide in the landing page, because otherwise it will be like, you promised me this, but you are not delivering me this. So the 3rd step is qualifying them. The 3rd step is qualifying them. The 4th step is booking them into your calendar with the call to actions you give them, with the call you give them. And the 5th step is they already know you. So the 6th step, it's basically to close sales with this. So that's of the system, how you can start doing this step by step. I appreciate your time watching this video. I hope you find something really valuable here, and if so, please subscribe. And if you have any questions regarding to any part of this system, or you want more information, you can book a call with me just to chat. You can ask me any questions. And if you want to have this system implemented where you can check our page where we help realtors do this, not only YouTube ads, but also different strategies, and actually understanding what you need in order to scale and stop relying into cold calls, into referrals, into door knocking, CLO, or buying leads, or just the things that your brokerage provide, so you can actually craft something that gets you listings completely on autopilot. So yeah, basically, if you are interested, you can check out GMA Media, or you can book a call. Also, I hope you find this valuable, and see you in the next one.